Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 30 Days Growth Marketing course. And in this lesson, we're going to discuss the revenue and the referral stages of the funnel, the bottom two stages of the funnel. But just as a reminder, Swati, we discussed in the last lesson that revenue could come before retention, and it depends on the type of business that people are in. Right? So very obvious, what do you think is going to happen in the revenue stage?
Transactions, money is going to come in.
Transactions, right? So if customer places a transaction, they sign a contract, they make a payment, they purchase a paid plan, they upgrade a plan from free to paid, they make an order on your store, all of those transactional actions are all revenue actions. Eventually, everything that finally generates in you making money. I'm going to spend the least time on revenue because it's the most obvious one. We have all been customers of different companies, and it's quite intuitive as to how we make money. It's very important to understand that the revenue actions itself, there is a lot of growth hacking around it. But if you have done really well in your awareness, acquisition, retention, activation, the revenue is going to happen by itself. Right? So the funnel is designed in a way that if you experiment and run good campaigns in all stages of the funnel, you will make money. And this is how I approach it. And one of the mistakes that I see people make is just do hacks for revenue, right? So there's a new e-commerce store. What's the first thing that they should do? What do you think, Swati? What's like the first thing that they should do?
Like in terms of
they want to start selling on their store, etc.
I think
Marketing.
after setting up the store, they should start running ads.
Right. So that's the only way you'll have to reach customers first. But what a lot of stores do is first they focus on, oh, I should change my pricing to pricing which ends in 0.99. Those are small hacks which do work. But if you're getting zero traffic in your top of funnel, what's going to happen if you keep working on your store and keep implementing those? And they can be considered very much as revenue hacks. And a lot of people start doing that they set up a Shopify store, and the first thing they're doing is pricing hacks. How do we get more money? How do we bundle products together? How do we improve the average order value, which is all revenue marketing? But there's no point of doing all this if you haven't found a product market fit, if you haven't found who your audience is, made some way to get that audience in your funnel, which initially, as you rightly said, for an e-commerce store, ads would be a great way to do that.
Right.
So I typically, when I work with clients, I spend the least amount here. But once you've already built a funnel, then you can see, okay, why is my free to paid conversion rate so low? How can I improve the conversions to my paid plan? How can I use pricing hacks on my e-commerce store? How can I improve the average order value on my e-commerce store by bundling products together, by showing people frequently bought products? Like Amazon does this really well, where you're buying something, you will see this. People who bought this also bought this, pushes the average order value up, and hence it becomes revenue marketing. So those hacks which fall into the revenue stage of the funnel should be done once you have your other stages of the funnel sorted, right? So take people from first step to the second step, go through the user journey with them. A lot of times people make this mistake of first, making a beautiful services contract. Let's say you're starting a B2B agency, spending a lot of time on how much should I price my services, what should the contract be, etc. But first, I would even say initially you might even have to work for free. What's more important is that you're able to find a problem that you can solve. Then you're able to find who the audience is who needs to solve this problem. And then you're able to provide them value by your solution. Right? Yes. So your top stages have to be taken care of first. Right? So these are like all the actions which will happen as a result of optimizations. And further, you can also work on improving conversion rates from your free plan to purchases, improving your, the conversion rate from people who add a product to cart to people who actually complete checkout. If you're an e-commerce business, if you're an agency, you want to improve the conversion rate from your discovery calls that you're having or free audits that you're doing to paid services that you offer as an agency. Those are all places where you can use A/B testing, different methods of growth hacking, growth marketing to improve your revenue. Right?
Sure.
Then we come to referral, which is sort of the final stage of the funnel. So once people, typically when people are happy with your service, you can ask for referrals. And some of the classic examples of referral campaigns have been from Dropbox and Uber. And Dropbox is the most classic example where you invite your friends and you get some storage free in your Dropbox. Right?
Okay.
So what's happening is, because of you as a user, they are able to acquire new users. Right?
Yes.
That's one example. PayPal has this $10 for your friends, up to $100 for you. Right? Love PayPal, make a friendly introduction. The copy says it very clearly. Love PayPal. So you are an existing customer of PayPal. Right? You're probably already retained and they've probably already generated revenue from you. So you've crossed all of these stages of the A3R3 funnel. And now you're on this referral stage. Now you can make a friendly introduction and you could earn up to $100 when your friends join. Right? So we are reaching the bottom of the funnel where you are happy with this product or service. Now you can refer other people. Insurance companies, refer a friend to AA Insurance and get a $20 Visa prepaid card. This card comes with $20, right? So you will also see that money typically works really well as a motivation for referring other people.
Absolutely.
An example of people, example of Skillshare was Skillshare used to actually pay you for every student you refer, direct like X dollars, but now you get 60% of how much they pay Skillshare.
Oh,
so instead of a fixed amount, so it's slightly got some dip in there. If you look at YouTube videos, a lot of people were referring Skillshare, a lot of influencers were doing it. I don't consider it to be like probably not the best platform, but since a lot of people were referring it, I also experimented. I also referred my students to Skillshare. So they got 3 months free and I got, fixed amount of dollars per person. And now it's 60% of their first payment. So I don't refer Skillshare anymore. But the point is that, if you have a dollar amount, it works really well with referral campaigns.
okay.
Do you remember being part of any referral campaigns, or have you like recently referred any product to anyone else?
I would say, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would be more of an affiliate or a referral, but when maybe somebody I follow from YouTube or from Instagram and they refer a product. So yeah, I'm making a purchase and then they are getting incentive from that purchase as well.
So influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, these things are very similar. I would say, as a startup, if you're thinking about referral marketing, think of how you can get more users from your existing users. And when you're thinking about influencer marketing, I would rather place it in awareness/acquisition category.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, let's say if an influencer tells you about a product that you had no idea about, then you're spending awareness and acquisition. But if a user invites another user, then you are improving your referral scores in your startup. So an influencer may or may not be a user. But if you were to do affiliate marketing really well, then you would target only people who use your product as affiliates. And in that case, it would easily be categorized as a referral campaign. So yeah, good question. Very tricky to place this in one place. But I would say, if in an ideal world, in an ideal ecosystem, we were all to run affiliate and influencer marketing campaigns and do it with only people who are using our product and already happy with it, because that's how it's supposed to be, then it would all be part of referral marketing. Yes. Right. But now some people are doing affiliate signups just to make money. They don't even use the product themselves.
Yeah.
In that case, it's hard to say if it's referral marketing, because referral marketing, in my opinion, is when a user refers another user. Now that user could be an influencer, user could become an affiliate, that user could be just an advocate without a huge following, or that user could be an ambassador with a huge following who is a celebrity who loves your product and keeps recommending it again and again. So there are different stages within that. There's advocates, there's ambassadors, there's affiliates, there's influencers. Those are the 4 different kinds of word of mouth that you can have as a business.
Sure, got it.
Right. So of course, there are some very good advantages of referral marketing. Usually the closure rate of referral deals is much more than deals from other channels because they already have been pre-sold by someone they trust, right? The lifetime value of referred customers is usually higher than non-referral customers as per data. Also, most people trust recommendations from people they know compared to like recommendations from ads from the brand itself. This is why influencer, campaigns also work really well, where UGC content works really well for e-commerce brands.
Yes.
So what do you measure? What do you measure from your referral campaigns? Viral coefficient is one of the key metrics. And the viral coefficient is essentially how many referred users will come in as a result of one particular user. So let me give you an example. Let's say if every person in your startup could refer one more person, right? Then you would acquire one new customer per user of your startup, right? So you'll basically double the number of users. If you have 100 users, you'll get 200 users, right? So you are 2x. But if you were to have a 3 viral coefficient, then every person could refer 3 other people. So you would 3x your user growth. Typically, it's usually 1 point something, because one person referring, not every person would refer one other person. So something like 1.2, 1.5, you could see those kinds of numbers when it comes to viral coefficient, right? So 120%, let's say if you look at that number, that means 100 people are referring 20 people. So from 100 users, you can expect 20 users will come virally as referral campaigns, from referral campaigns.
Sure.
If you're sending referral links via email or on your app, if you're showing your referral links on your app, then you can measure the click-through rates of those links. That will be a metric that you can measure. Now, CTR is a very versatile metric. It could fall in any stage of the funnel, depending on the link that we are talking about. If it's a referral link, then it becomes a referral metric. Right? Invitees per referral is another one. Maybe you are inviting 10 people, whether or not they join or not. It's a good metric to measure. So within referral marketing, it's slightly top of funnel metric. But within referral marketing, viral coefficient is slightly bottom of funnel metric. So within referral marketing, there is the A3R3 funnel sits inside.
Right, because even with click-through rates and invitees per reference, like we don't know if the final step, the final purchase, or there was a transaction. Like you referred them, but we don't know what the next.
The way I imagine it is I imagine the A3R3 funnel, and then within referral, I imagine another A3R3 funnel.
Yeah.
So what happens with referral is more people become aware. When more people become aware, then they will become acquired, then they will be, and eventually they could also become people who refer other people. So it's like the inception of the A3R3 funnel, right? So within referral, you have the A3R3 funnel, and that's why it's called a viral loop. Like it's a loop then. And if you're able to build this loop, then your startup could also become self-sufficient, and you may not have to rely on ads if your referral campaign is so strong that it can generate an A3R3 loop, which is as big as your main A3R3 loop. Then you're basically in this loop of getting people aware. Then they move down through the funnel until referral. Then they make more people aware. Then they move down through the funnel to referral. Then they make more people aware. So you're sort of building a self-sufficient growth machine, as I call it.
Right. Yeah, it's even much more complicated than it sounds.
Yeah. So but if you're able to visualize this, then it becomes easy to sort of imagine. So like I said, within the referred customers, you can then measure the churn rate of your referred customers and then compare it to the churn rate of your non-referred customers.
Okay.
So to figure out if your referred customers are leaving faster than your non-referred customers or the other way around.
Okay.
You can also see if your referred customers are being retained better than your non-referred customers by measuring the retention rate of your referred customers. So then you can measure all of these metrics all over again. Like I said, the funnel sits inside the funnel.
Okay.
So yeah, any questions on that?
Yeah, no questions. I mean, one thing I really like about the referral stage more than affiliates is, nowadays people are very aware that with influencers and, with all these creators, people are doing it more as an ads aspect or more for the money. But with referral, it's a very personal touch, and it builds a trust factor because it's someone it's a friend or a family member. or maybe a mentor, or
Yeah.
somebody who you've had that connection with. So I think yeah, that's one thing I really like about the referral campaigns.
Yeah, I've also been using this app called Cred, right? And on Cred,
Yeah.
there is a feature called Cred Mint where you can do P2P lending. And they have an invite only, referral only system where you have to refer someone only, then they can join the app. So
Okay.
that's another thing that people use. Gmail used this when Gmail launched. You could only have a Gmail account if you were referred by someone else.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, we're in the very initial stages. So it's Clubhouse is another example. Unfortunately, it didn't the growth didn't last very long. But Clubhouse also, you were supposed to get an invite from people in order to join. So initially, when startups launch, they do this a lot, and this is a good hack. So that's interesting because we think of referral only happening to people who are happy customers. But in this
Yeah.
case, you are actually just signed up and you can refer other people. Look at Dropbox. So now in their onboarding journey itself, when you sign up for Dropbox, they'll ask you to refer other people and get storage. So see another exception to the rule. Referral could also fall just after acquisition. People are not even activated and they're asking them for referral, and it works.
It works.
So there's always an exception to these rules. And this is why, working with startups, working with growth marketing is so fun. That even though there is a playbook, you always have something to go out of the playbook and execute and then come back to the playbook. So it's a good reference, but you have to be creative. You have to do things in different ways, and they work. It's not that they will only
Yeah.
work if you follow these stages.
I mean, yeah, it's very important to personalize it to
Right.
suit.
For Dropbox, it just works, right? You signed up, you got 5 GB, but you invite someone, you get 5 more GB. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, Swati. So that covers the stages of the funnel. And the next lesson, let's keep it as a surprise.
Sure.
Okay. Awesome. We'll catch up in the next one. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Bye bye.